Hey, good morning. Let me talk to you really quick about the one thing that will really screw you if you're an XRP owner and you're not paying attention. At first, let me just say it was a really great live last night. I love you guys. That was a lot of fun. You know, really starting to enjoy doing these lives a lot now that it's very purpose driven with the trusts and those of you that are joining us tonight on the Zoom call. I look forward to talking to all of you. Now, let me just say this because you have to be able to think these things through. If you understand, this is the one thing that's going to screw you if you're not paying attention, okay? You have to get beyond trying to get rich because you're poor. The duality of that's a cage. You have to think like a wealthy person and plan out, oh, this could happen, that, and think logically through this. Like this, ready? Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I could definitely see it happening and catch everybody off guard because everybody's in the emotion of it, okay? If you understand what you hold in XRP, if you really, really understand what you hold, you'll understand that a person was never really supposed to own it. You own it now. But let's say this, because it's used by banks. Banks are not people. Banks are trusts. Keep that in mind. This was designed for banks, and the government then decides to write codes and regulations and laws that this is a banking asset, and you're not a bank. They could very easily write something into the law that says any person that owns XRP can't own it. Just like in 1933 when they confiscated all the gold. You weren't allowed to own it. But in 1933 they confiscated a lot of the gold. What if they do that this time? But what they do is like, okay, any person that has this in their name isn't allowed to own it and can't transact or do business. Because you've been given the signs all along the way, put it in an LLC, then put that inside a trust. You've been told all the messages, yet you're addicted to the emotional roller coaster of the ride. What's the next news? When's the price going to jump? Irrelevant. If you don't understand, it doesn't matter when that happens because this is the time frame in order to get your shit together, get your affairs in order, get your shit together like Coach JV says. This is the time for that. But if you haven't gotten your trust, your LLCs, put the structures in place so that your person is not attached to that asset that could very easily be deemed not an asset that should be belonged to by a person, I think it's fair to say a little bit of the Bitcoin mentality has rubbed off on XRP people because Bitcoin people are all about rage against the machine, rage against the government, like all that, when it was never really about that. So if you get out of that little mentality of XRP is going to make me rich, it's part of the government. You just have to kind of get that. And you have to handle it appropriately and accordingly and be smart about it. Figure out what you're going to do, take action, get in somewhere